The story you're about to hear doesn't begin in a museum. It doesn't begin in a laboratory. It begins on a noisy New York street corner at a weekend flea market. Among old lamps, worn-out tools, and forgotten memories, a friend of mine bought something he thought was nothing more than a curious antique, an old firefighter's helmet. But the treasure wasn't the helmet. It was what someone had stuffed inside it long ago as makeshift padding. A small, scorched, nearly crumbling notebook. When that notebook reached my hands, I felt it immediately. This wasn't ordinary. The pages were yellowed, edges burnt, the ink ghostly and fading. Parts were destroyed by water, others simply gone forever. It smelled of mold, dust, and centuries of silence. A restoration began, a slow, delicate battle. Piece by piece, line by line, thought by thought. And then a sentence emerged, clear, sharp, electric. "You are mistaken, Mr. Einstein. The ether exists." That was the moment everything changed.
Tesla versus Einstein. What I held in my hands wasn't a random scientist's notebook. It was Tesla's own lost journal. Inside, he challenged Einstein directly, not rudely, but with a firm conviction that shook me. While the world embraced relativity, Tesla insisted we had taken a wrong turn. To him, ether wasn't a discarded relic. It was the foundation of everything: gravity, light, energy, matter itself. According to Tesla, we failed to detect the ether wind for the same reason you can't detect water movement when floating inside a spinning whirlpool. You're moving with it. The Earth, he wrote, is inside a massive etheric vortex, Tesla's cosmic model. In Tesla's vision, ether wasn't empty space. It was a dense, invisible ocean, far heavier than air. Light moved through it like sound through air. Gravity was not a pull, but a pressure. Ether pressing on bubbles of matter, trying to return them to their original state. Matter existed only because it carried internal electric charge that held it open, like tiny balloons inside an infinite ocean. It was bold, audacious, and wildly different from anything accepted today. The vortex discovery. Tesla knew theory wasn't enough. He needed evidence. The breakthrough came from something ordinary, a sailor blowing smoke rings on a pier. Those smoke rings inspired an experiment. Using a metal can, stretched leather, and ink inside water, Tesla launched perfect vortex rings, self-contained, stable, and fast. They behaved exactly like the smoke rings, but inside a heavier medium. To Tesla, this wasn't just a neat trick. It was a window into how waves move through ether. He believed he could build a generator that created vortex objects, made of ether itself. Wireless energy, traveling across the world. Free, clean, unlimited. He built it, and it worked, just not the way he expected. Failure, ridicule, and obsession. Early tests were inconsistent. Etheric vortices lost energy when they touched metal. The Earth absorbed most of them. Investors walked away. Public interest evaporated. Tesla wrote, "They stopped believing me." That line hurts to read. But instead of giving up, he became obsessed. He vowed to prove he was right, even if it meant risking everything. The Moon Experiment, Part 1. If Earth absorbed the vortices, Tesla reasoned, he needed a better reflector. The moon. He theorized the moon's electrostatic field would bounce etheric vortices back, like a cosmic mirror. Not only that, the reflections could create resonance between Earth and the moon, amplifying energy in unimaginable ways. The math terrified even him. This system, he wrote, could release enough energy to erase a city. But Tesla was desperate to prove his theory, and desperation makes people do dangerous things.
An Experiment, Part 2. He built a secret transmitter from spare components he'd hidden from creditors. On the night of the experiment, he stood miles away, letting a clockwork mechanism power the device. At the precise moment, nothing. Minutes passed. Doubt tortured him. Then, daylight dimmed. A metallic taste filled his mouth. His body felt like thousands of needles pierced him. Seconds later, silence. His lab was intact except for the smell of burning. He assumed he failed. Weeks later, he read newspaper articles about a mysterious explosion in Siberia. An explosion we now call the Tunguska event. Tesla dropped the paper. He knew he had done it. The burden of a weapon. Tesla never celebrated. He was horrified. His discovery wasn't an energy source. It was a planet-scale weapon. Humanity wasn't ready. He wrote, "To give such power to mankind is to hand a child a loaded gun." He vowed the secret would die with him. What's more ironic? Einstein's rising fame and the world's acceptance of relativity accidentally hid Tesla's dangerous truth. Tesla wrote, "For this mistake, I am grateful to Einstein." It's shocking to read. The man he believed was wrong had unknowingly saved humanity from Tesla's own invention.
An unexpected new discovery. Years later, while working quietly, Tesla noticed something strange. Whenever his vortex generator was on, a soft breeze blew toward it. Not air movement, something deeper. Smoke drifted toward the machine from every direction, then shot upward like entering an invisible chimney. When the generator turned off, the effect vanished. Tesla realized this wasn't air, this wasn't static. The generator was reducing gravity in the space above it. He tested it with a wooden scale. No metal, no magnetism. The arm above the device rose upward every single time. Tesla had accidentally discovered local gravity manipulation. The anti-gravity craft. Tesla imagined something radical. A craft that didn't fly by pushing air or burning fuel or using propellers or jets. Instead, it would create a region of reduced ether pressure in the direction it wanted to travel. The surrounding ether pressure would push the craft forward, silently, smoothly, with zero G-forces inside. He began sketching designs. A triangular craft, glowing at the edges, silent as a falling feather. But he stopped himself. If humans misused his energy discovery, what would they do with gravity control? Some secrets, he decided, were too dangerous to share.
Tesla's final message. In the final pages of the notebook, Tesla wrote something remarkable. One day, when humanity is wiser, my inventions will serve the good. Until then, they must sleep. He believed the world would mature, that someday When greed and war no longer ruled us, his discoveries would return. Maybe the notebook survived the fire for a reason. Maybe it wasn't lost. Maybe it was waiting. And now, after all these years, its story is finally told. Friends, how was the story? I hope you enjoyed it. If you really liked it, don't forget to hit the like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. And make sure to turn on the bell icon so you'll be the very first to get the next video as soon as it drops tonight. That's all for now. Stay well, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.